People, this is all I want you to do is I want you to look at this. And as you're looking at this, I'm going to say my apologies that I ain't do an update in a couple of days, but just look at this. You're going to see audio playing, which is a recording of a live feed, and you're going to see all of a sudden, like maybe one or two, it's going to be two for sure, frozen images. And I wonder why. Now, normally I would do the last 3 hours, but again, I haven't done this update in a couple of days. So I did the last 24 hours. And just look at that, my people. That's all I got to say. Just look at that. You know, the sun is separating us and it's happening fast. This alignment that's coming in October, the middle of October, beginning of November, this alignment that's taking place where this square that Earth is going to be pulled in the middle of, man, it's going to be epic. Going forward, it will be epic. It will be epic. Yes. So let me get on into this real fast. Here we go. August 27, 2024, on this Gregorian calendar, Earth magnetos pause. This is the dome, the shield that supposedly protect us from harmful solar radiation, gamma radiation, ultraviolet light, cosmic particles, whatever. All right, the first thing I want to go show you, my people, is up here is where you will see the timestamp right here. And I went back the last 24 hours. So this should start from the 26th coming into right now, current time, although this is 3 hours ahead. However, if you look at the timestamp, it starts off in minutes to be, and I think it's around 36:32. It freezes 36:26. It freezes at 1600 and then flips all the way back and starts at 36 minutes. Where did the hours go? What happened to the hours? And why did they do that? The reason why that data is no longer available, let me show you and get into this real fast. If you're new to my channel, you should know, if you're new to my channel, Earth is in the middle. The white side is the daytime side. The sun is over here. The black is the nighttime side, right? Okay, so these dots right here is the orbital track for these two satellites that you see. Those two satellites are goals 16 and goals 18. They surf and navigate Earth, and they monitor solar radiation. Now, this particular graph right here, this instrument is monitoring Earth the dome, magnetos pulse. This is the dome, that little spaghetti thing that you see right here that's now pressed down and then goes back out from the North Pole to the South Pole. Here's the thing. The sun is over here. You see this double tap energy that's here. This is a frozen image. That's a frozen image. And this is a frozen image as well. So you see that double tap energy that's pressed up against the dome and literally squeezes the dome down, right? That's one portion of it, right? And you can see it even wobbling at the top up there. So this is a frozen image right here. And then this is a frozen image. And I know why they did that. But let me show you something also before I get to the back side of the planet. I want to show you something. And that's why I'm zooming in real nice and tight. And I want you to look at that real quick. I want you to look at the coloring. Look at that coloring. Do you see that purple? Do you see the purple? You see that purple? Do you see that purple? This planet is swimming in high levels of solar radiation. Regardless if you want to believe it or not, regardless if you want to come into your own individual knowing this and searching it up, and there's plenty of things out here, instruments and stuff that you can buy to monitor the radiation level, or more importantly, just feeling the changes that's going on with internally. So a lot of people are heating up from inside because you're vibrating faster. Although some of the things around you still may look like it's still the same and it's moving slower, but everything is vibrating a much quicker. It's much light coming into the planet. That's why things are no longer, non-tangible things are no longer, people are gravitating to them as easily. People are actually leaving those things alone, like the materialistic world. Like the only people that are feeding into these things are the youth and those that are fully on, like, addicted to drugs. Other than that, people are waking up and realizing that there is something wrong and something is happening fast on the planet. So anyway, This right here, this purple right here, you see this? This is deep. So now let me just zoom this back right here. As we looking at the time at the top, as you can still see, like, you know, they pretty much erased data off of this. But the back side of the planet, look at this energy here around the black side of the planet. Before they gave you this frozen image and then another frozen image, look at all of that energy. Look at all of that energy. That energy on the backside of the planet that hit Earth was like an X flare, a direct X flare. And it was looked like it was stronger than that, because that is a lot of energy that Earth is absorbing at one time. I mean, that's the largest I ever seen it. Now, granted, I always, you know, we all have shown you as energy here, and we have seen the energy all around the planet. We have seen that. But this burst of energy that's back here had to hit the planet, and it had to be at such an alarming rate that they erased the data. They didn't even want you to see it. So I mean, that is very telling. And I'm like, wow. And not only that, the audio, the video, excuse me, not the audio, but the video is playing. And then when it gets to those certain parts, especially when the dome starts to squeeze down, there you go right there. And then right after that, that blast comes from the backside. When it gets to them, it's 2 frozen images and it's missing data. So that should tell you, my people, a lot about what's going on in the upper atmosphere that is affecting absolutely everything down here on the planet. Don't let Hamas and Benjamin Netanyahu fool you, because even though when you come up here to solar wind, this is the instrument that monitoring the rays, the speed of the solar rays that are coming off the sun. These arrows represent cosmic particles coming from the sun. If you look at this, it get a double blast, and this also freezes too, right at the same point. And it hits it double hit the dome. The dome starts to thin itself out, and look, you see the freeze, and then you see the blast from the back part. Like, it was such a major blast that it turned the entire upper atmosphere red. Look, you got red and blue all of a sudden, and you get that blast from the sun, and then you get it from the backside, 2 frozen images, and then it turns the entire atmosphere red. It turns it all red, and then it goes back slowly to the blue Kachina and red Kachina on one side. It's showing you, it's giving you the blue and red Kachina right there. It was why your sky is purple. But I'm just telling you, damn, it's really showing you this, right? After I told you, they follow universal law. They got to give it to you. It's up to you if you want to believe it or not. It's up to you to know it or not to believe. I don't believe to know. I know to believe. It's a total different story. You know what I'm saying? 2 total different things. So, like, I know things starts with science, physics, metaphysics, chemistry, biology, neurology, genetics. I know it starts with that. But then you can add into your other things that coincide with that. Do you understand? Like, I can speak about our brothers and sisters from the stars when you speak about genetics first, and how we ourselves correlate with the stars and with the sun and the stars. See, that's the total difference. But when you just start talking about shit that you be like, well, how do you know this and how do you know that? Because it doesn't make any sense for us to forget who we are with one another, to the point that listen, they don't even allow us to forget slavery, for real, because they done showed you so many movies, Roots, 12 Years a Slave. You got to know your slavery. You got to know slavery history in school. Like, they don't even let you forget that. But you mean to tell me that we forgot each other, though? You see what I'm saying to you? Like, we must really understand who's behind this and what's behind this and what our job is individually and collectively. This was a test. Individually, this was a test, the ultimate test that we can be put through. This was an absolute 100%. I know this was a test, because you can pull yourself out of this individually, and you can pull yourself out this collectively. Because when you come up out of an individual, then you form your family. You create your family, and you install this in your children. You see, and then that's how you become divine. You don't become divine by you just coming up out of it and just, let me tell you this and this. Let me break my neck trying to convince somebody else that they're great. No, that's not you. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. This is a test. And it's all our job, our duty is to remind each other and keep moving. We're supposed to do exactly what the sun, the trees, the honeybees, the wasps, the elephants, we're supposed to do exactly what they do. Drop the reminder and keep moving. They drop a reminder through their actions with one another, how they treat one another, how they harmonize with the planet, and what they do for one another indirectly. See, this is how we supposed to be moving. So we can get mad at me all you want, but this is what it is, my people. The sun is separating us. It's nothing you can do about this. And every subject going forward will be about the sun and genetics.
Government scientists keeping a close eye on the sun following a series of intense flares that started over the weekend. NBC's Tom Costello covers Space Force, joins us now with more on this ongoing solar phenomenon, if you will. Tom, help us understand what this is even all about.
Well, it's incredibly cool if you're a space geek like me, right? Space weather forecasters are reporting severe geomagnetic storm conditions on the sun, including at least 5 strong solar flares since August 10th. And the activity was more intense than initially expected. So we're right now in a period known as solar maximum. And the sun's magnetic field is right now at its peak of an 11-year cycle. It sends out bubbling, shooting streams of plasma that are 400 times hotter than the sun itself, and scientists are expecting that this increased solar activity will continue, but the intensity of this flare-up has really caught them by surprise, Craig.
So 5 strong flares since early August. Any idea how this could impact us mere earthlings here on the third rock?
Yeah, that's right. And nanu. Listen, we've seen it in the past, and it could happen again, right? Interfering with power grids by surging higher voltages through transmission lines. So power companies are taking steps to avoid disruptions. We could also see high-frequency communications affected at high altitude. So we're talking about GPS and radio signals that could be scrambled. And the storms can even increase the Earth's drag on satellites in low Earth orbit. Thankfully, no major problems reported right now. And by the way, the auroras from these storms are sometimes visible in the night sky, even in the summer. Forecasters say we should watch the sky tonight. As far south as Alabama, as far west as California, you might see a trace of auroras even here we are in August, Craig.
Tom, I just learned so much. Tom Costello for us there in Washington. Tom, thanks as always. Okay. We got so much to worry about here on Earth, and now we got to worry about the sun.
We got that too. That was kind of a real science lesson.
Hey, don't worry about it. Everybody's going to be talking about the sun, even though that video was from earlier in the day. This information that I'm showing you regarding the magneto's pause is from currently right now. But I wanted to show y'all that pause.
You said. And then look at this. Why it gets so orange over there? What's going on? You can't even see it, bro. But it is so orange because the light is like, oh my gosh. Look at that. Look, this shit is scary. This don't look right, y'all. You can't even see how orange it is on camera, but it's orange as hell. Like my camera won't even zoom in and make it look better. Like, oh my gosh.
If she really knew what her sky looked like, I'm trying to tell you. If she really knew what that sky looked like, I'm trying to tell you, you would stop in your tracks. You would stop right in your tracks. It's gonna be horrifying from. Listen, it's gonna be horrifying for some and beautiful and eyes full of tears, joy for most. I'm telling you, Paul. Okay, here we go, my people. So look at the colors that she was showing you, right, for a second. Now, on the side over here, the UV index, 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 7, 8 to 10, 11, 12. All right, and over here is sunburn time, right? Hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, less than 15 minutes. That purple that I've been showing you up in space that is really on ground level. Take all precautions possible. It is advised to stay indoors. This is not hatred to none of them. This is not racism. This is what your skies are looking like. You see that red, that purple? This is what it's looking like. This is not racist. This is not hatred. It's not safe for them to be outside. It's actually going to get worse, my people. This is why I know they're going to kick off something stupid. Abundance and gratitude to you all.